Shabbat Shalom, Israel. I want to give a call like Yahweh by some of my shop, woman like Shah. Let's give an honor to the Most High God and to His Son, who world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. We got Soldier Donovan, Soldier Top. We got Officer Bear Kai, man. We got Soldier Jonathan, man, in the camera today, man. All praise to the Most High, man. Bring us in on another Shabbat in a couple of days until it's Passover, man. All praise to the Most High. Title of the class is The Lord's Combine Draft Day. The Lord's Combine Draft Day. So I've been kind of working on this class for a couple of weeks, maybe even a month or so. And just kind of thinking about it, you know, with the draft, people in the NFL, prime example, I played football back in the world. You do a lot of studying, reading film, you watching film, how to jump cut, how to block, how to read the three tech if he go here, how to read the DB if he switches hips, how to do. You do a lot of work trying to figure out all these things so that when the day comes, you get invited to the combine, you show your best work. You study, you train, you work out to the best. Guess what? I know me personally, I went real hard at my passion and my dream. But a lot of times that disconnect comes from the world when you come into this truth. Like, oh, I'm in the truth now. I don't got to do all that now. But now, guess what? It's not only a physical thing, it's a spiritual thing. Guess what? You should want to do long hours in your Bible, studying hard, going hard. Guess what? Because at the end of the day, think about it. The Lord going to have a combine. When the Lord come back as a thief in the night, when he coming back to raise hell and indignation among the heathen, he coming to us first. You know that it was 1 Peter 3:17, 4:17. Guess what? He's coming to judge us first, man. And the thing is, you want to be a part of that number and that elect that he calls up to be like, hey, come watch this fight. Because, hey, if you're not first, you better hope that you are the last pick. Because at this time, hey, I wouldn't mind being a Tom Brady pick. He was the last pick in the last round of the draft. But guess what? You have to get there, man. And the only way you can get there is by putting in the work. But with that being said, man, shalom to brothers and sisters that tuned in and will tune in. I just please play this class. It's edifying to the spirit, man. Let's go ahead and get started. Dang, I ain't even click on the video yet. All right. But with that, man, let's go ahead and get into it. First precept we're going to go to is Isaiah 42. And we're going to start at verse 9. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Mary Houston, and Officer Yaakov, man. Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, and I apologize for the technical difficulties. Our Wi-Fi was down a little earlier, so the class is later than usual. Just Salakia, forgive us. But hey, nevertheless, we rocking and rolling, man.
We be bed time, Stuart. I never do it.
Hey, guess what? Sometimes y'all need this thing because the freaks come out at night, man. And it's a Friday evening. Guess what? You might not have no job. You might not have to do. So guess what? Why not get into these scriptures, man? But Isaiah 42, we want to start at verse 9.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 9.
Bring it out.
Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare.
Right.
Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Because guess what? The Lord always tells us these things. Guess what? Before something happens, he always forewarns. And he said, behold, the former things are come to pass. So the things he said, he mentioned in the Old Testament, the things showing that, hey, my son is going to come through this lineage. Guess what? My son is going to be the one who's going to come save Israel. He said these things in the old time. Guess what? He said, my covenant is going to be from Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. He make all these things come to pass, man. And guess what? Even with these things, his hopeful elect, his 1/3, he has that spirit set up a certain type of way. But guess what? It's up to you. He already declared, he already told you in the past. Guess what? I'm going to have 1/3 that's going to make it. And I'm going to have 144,000 that make it. Now, guess what? It's up to you to make sure that you, when it do come to pass, that you're a part of that number, right? Read on.
Verse 10. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth. Ye that go down to the sea, and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof.
Guess what, man? We're singing a new song to the Lord, man. Because a lot of times the song we used to sing to the Lord, oh, woe is me. Come save me, Lord. Please get me out of this captivity. But guess what? We weren't showing forth no works. We wasn't repenting. We weren't saying, Lord, we won't do it no more. Guess what? We might have said it, but our works, we denied it. A lot of times we do these things and we get beside ourselves, not willing to do the work. And we always gonna keep it at the title of the class, the combine. Guess what? You can't tell a college recruit, you can't tell an NFL recruit, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna work real hard. I'm gonna do all these things, man, as long as you come get me. And when they come check on you, you're sitting on the bed, eating snacks, playing a video game, watching TV. You're not doing the work. So how do you think about Yahweh looking down on heaven, sending his angels to and from this earth, recording you? And every time he get a new report, sis ain't read for 3 days. Brother ain't read for 6 weeks. Brother ain't fasted in about 4 months. Brother ain't putting in no work. Guess what? You think the Lord got you in this top draft pick? You think he got you coming right behind Aunt Michael or something? Come on, man. But this is the new song we're gonna sing, man.
Yeah, man. 'Cause like, even to do you want better, one of our people's favorite songs in Christianity was "I Won't Complain," but be the main nigga complaining as soon as something happened to you, man. For real.
Watch this. Read on.
Verse 11. Let the wilderness and the cities thereof lift up their voice. The villages that Kedar doeth inhabit. Let the inhabitants of the rocks sing. Let them shout from the top of the mountains.
So guess what? This is what we doing now, man. We all across the 4 corners of the earth, everywhere we go in the land of our captivity, singing this new song, man. Singing the gospel that we gonna be saved and the heathen is going into damnation, man. Read on now.
Let them give glory unto the Lord.
Read.
And declare his praise in the islands.
Read on.
The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man.
As a who?
As a mighty man.
And that's how the Lord coming, man. The Lord coming like Derrick Henry. The Lord hit harder than them, man. That's what it said. The Lord coming like a mighty man. And guess what? If you want to have the spirit of the Lord, you gotta come hard for your Lord, man. Don't just repent and turn back from the Lord. Nah, repent and come hard for the Lord, man. You fall down once, get up 2 times harder, man. Guess what? It was literally a drill where you had to shuffle. And coach tell you, when you blow the whistle, you hit the floor and you bounce back up. Guess what? When you fall, that's how fast you should get back up for the Lord. Keep moving your feet. Keep moving your feet. That's exactly what we should say. Because what? Slow feet don't eat, man. Guess what? We're doing all these things pertaining to something of an athletic purpose, because I know it'll stretch forth across a lot of people who have the same mindset, maybe grew up in the world like this, maybe grew up in an athletic household. You never know what these things are. I might just be a good sports fan. But all these things pertain to us. But we just got to look at it through the spirit, right? But watch this, read on.
The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man.
Read.
He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war.
Read on.
He shall cry.
Read.
Yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies.
Man, I'm telling you, man, the Lord is mighty as hell, man. You know how you used to start a game, everybody get in a circle, we ooh. Guess what we doing this thing, man? We roaring. We feeling mighty as hell. We trying to intimidate the other team, man. Guess what you like? Hey, who got next? We got next, right? And guess what? We go to camp and we roar like a mighty lion out there. When you go to the highways and byways, guess what? When your spirit is fighting that flesh, you roaring against it, man. Guess what? I will not be no warmonger. Guess what? Get your ass to the back, man. Guess what? You kicking your flesh ass 24/7, man. You roaring against that thing, man. You're a mighty man or mighty woman for the Lord, man. Look at these things and keep them all in the same aspect, man. Because guess what? If the Lord's doing these works, what the hell make you think you ain't got to do these works, man? And that's where we get beside ourselves with these things, right? But watch this. Read on, now.
Verse 14. I have long time holding my peace.
What did the Lord do, man?
I have long time holding my peace.
Because guess what? The Lord held his peace for a little bit. When he let us, guess what? Go into slavery. When he let us to go into all these diverse captivities, serve diverse lusts, to go into these things that wasn't comely to us, man, to make us hate one another, to let us do all these things in abomination of the earth, man, all these things that we did, he held his peace. When you see Esau beating us down in the street, when you see Elam beating us at the damn 7-Elevens, when you see Moab whooping our ass inside them damn beauty supplies, man, he held his peace. Guess what? When he see telling you your name ain't Kutha, your name Toby, guess what? He held his peace. When you see them niggas raise your damn water bill from $125 to $350, And you know damn well you ain't spent that much money on no damn water, man. That's already defiled. You make me pay $3.50 for some water that ain't even purified. You give me Flint, Michigan water, man. You see what I'm saying? Some Trinity River water. Guess what? The Lord held his peace though. But he said, now, he said, I have long holding my peace. Man, I ain't letting this slide no more, man. Think about it, man. For a long time, your spirit was holding this peace. Your flesh was winning. Your flesh was up. They was up to score, man. It's halftime. Flesh up 30. You down -10, man. But guess what? Your spirit not holding this peace no more, man. Your spirit like, nah, to hell with that, man. To hell with this flesh and to hell with this world. Guess what? The Lord let go of his peace. He ain't holding no more. We should do the same exact thing, man. Read,
I have been still.
Read. I done held my peace. I done been still. Because guess what? That's the best thing for a black man to do in a lot of situations. Hold your peace and be still, man. Because sometimes when we move too fast, we mess up. When we talk too much, we mess up. Man, the Lord said, man, I was quiet. I held my peace. Read on, God.
And refrained myself.
I even refrained myself. You sit back. Because if I get this nigga, let me get my hands on Esau's ass. This thing with the Lord got off his throne and said, nah, let me get some of Esau. But the Lord said, no, I'm going to hold my peace. I'm going to refrain myself. And I'm going to let my son do that one. Guess what? I'm going to raise up somebody mighty and do that one. Matter of fact, you know what else? But besides my son, I'm going to send John the Baptist. I'm going to send Peter. I'm going to send Paul. I'm going to send David. Guess what? I'm going to send, I'm going to send Abel. I'm going to send all these, bro. I'm going to send Jacob, man. I want them to whoop up on Esau, man. I want them to show them their place, man. Just think about these things, man. But think of the Lord, the Almighty Yahweh, got a hold of Esau's ass, man. Read on, man.
Now will I cry like a travailing woman.
Damn. Now the Lord. Think about how this world is going. This world is going to hell, man. Everything's going wrong. Famine, pestilence. Guess what? All these things, wars, rumors of war, weapons of mass destruction on a high, man. All these things, man. The world going back how it used to be as an industrial plant. They just making things, gearing up for war. They not telling you about it. They just doing it. They building bunkers. They building all these things, man. I know I was going to work one day. I just seen a damn 18-wheeler pulling 2 tanks down Oak Cliff. What the hell is a tank doing in Oak Cliff? 2 tanks. This ain't GTA. But the thing is, they not telling you what's going on, man, or what's fenced to come. Because the Lord is roaring right now, man. He done held his peace for this long, man. We've been slaves for a long time. This was in 1619 and 1492. Lord held his peace on all of that, man. Because the way that the Lord wanted, he wanted to be perfect. It's a movie to the Lord, man. Guess what? Because his draft day and the way that his thing set up, his day is going to be the final day. The end all be all. Is you in that number, man. Read on, dog.
Now will I cry like a travailing woman.
Read.
I will destroy and devour at once.
At once, man. That's how the Lord coming, man. I want to keep reading. Let's get this precept to that, man. Let's go to Isaiah. Stay in Isaiah. Let's go to 62. 6. Man, just kind of want to get the premise of the class, man. About working, about getting up, getting off your ass. Because guess what? The Lord was holding his peace. He refrained himself. Because guess what? He could have came over here and jacked your ass up while you was in the world being wicked. But he refrained himself. He held his peace. He waited for you to go ahead and remember who you are, come back to your nationality, repent, start keeping some commandments, start doing all these things, right? Watch this, Isaiah 62 and 6. Right?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 62, verse 6.
Read.
I have set watchmen upon thy walls,
Read.
O Jerusalem.
Because guess what? This is the part of the Lord rowing right here. Now he done set watchmen upon the walls, man. And who is those watchmen? The Israelites, man. Guess what? You got WFI. They literally the watchmen for Israel. You got Sakari. Those are watchmen for Israel. You got IUIC. Those are watchmen for Israel. You got Battle Axes of the Most High. They are watchmen for Israel now, man. Read, huh?
Which shall never hold their peace.
Which shall what?
Which shall never hold their peace.
Man, guess what? We ain't holding our peace no more, man. Guess what? We're going to tell you, man, to hell with the so-called white man. Esau, man, you born. We're going to whoop your ass back down into submission. Guess what? We don't give a damn about Elon. We damn sure don't give about Ham funky ass. Moab and Ammon, open your eyes when you talking to me, man. Guess what? We don't care about these things. We're not holding our peace, man. We're gonna tell y'all either gonna repent or y'all gonna die in y'all sins and y'all iniquity. And guess what? We ain't holding our peace when it comes to having these feast days neither, man. We turning up. We have fun in the world. Guess what, man? You didn't hold your peace then. You wasn't in the club. You probably got your little drink. Nah, man. You was in the club, probably turned. Got a couple bottles pop. Probably got some women you want to touch. But nah, man, you in the truth now. So you better be turning up for the Lord, man. We said we ain't holding our peace, right? Read.
O Jerusalem,
Read.
which shall never hold their peace,
How long?
day nor night.
Hey, it don't matter, man. Because that, man, the drop of a dime, man. Read.
Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence.
Guess what, man? Us as making mention of the Lord, we can't keep silence, man. We can't. Read.
And give him no rest till he establish.
Man, that's tough, man. He said, don't give the Lord rest, man. Man, because I'm going to tell you, when I was trying to give me a scholarship, I was hitting up, I would text the coach every day. I would text a recruiter every day. How you doing, coach? What's going on, coach? How you eating? I mean, I like your campus. I looked it up online. I'm doing all the work on the background. So when I text him, I know what he wants. I know what he likes. Guess what? Now we're coming into the truth. We should be reading in this Bible. What does my Lord like? What does God like? Oh, he like the commandments. Which commandments do he like the most? Oh, he like you doing this. He love your brother and sister. Oh, he damn sure love Christ. Oh, okay. So I know when I make my prayers, when I'm calling to the Lord, I'm like, Lord, I know this is what you like, man. Can you please hear my prayer? Guess what? Can you show me these things? Can you do these things for me, man? Because it said you that make a mention of the Lord. Guess what? We ain't giving him rest, man. We gave him a lot of rest when we was back in the world. We made a whole lot of empty-ass prayers that wasn't getting heard. We did a whole lot of dead works. We did things that the Lord didn't even care for. But now that we in this truth and seeing how close we are to the end, man, I ain't giving the Lord no slack, man. Your ass is going to work, man. I'm finna send up some righteous prayers for your ass. Every time I get a chance, some righteous fasting. I'm finna read. I'm finna study. Guess what? I'm finna meditate on something. Guess what? I'm finna try to do the work as much as I can so you can be like, man, goddamn, come on. Come on. I want him. I need him. He going first round. Okay, well, shoot, I got a lot. I got 144,000 in the first round. He going second round, top pick for sure. Guess what? You want the Lord to do that for you, man. Guess what? He gets tired of your good work so much he translates you up like Enoch, or translates you up like Elijah or something. Man. You want the Lord to get tired of your good works, man. Hey, hold on. I don't need you to mess up. I can't get you to fall off. You the best example that we have right now, man. And that should fire brothers and sisters up. They be like, damn, if we all still here, I ain't going hard enough, man. Because we see in the scriptures where it's the people who fulfilled that righteousness in a short amount of time, man. I want to go pull that in Wisdom of Solomon, man. Man, Enoch did that stuff like this. He came into the truth and he did works where the Lord said, nah, I need that. Come on. You a lottery pick. You know, that's the draft before the draft. You my number one lottery pick. Come on. We don't need to talk about it. You know I'm coming with you. Come on, Enoch. You coming with me. You want the Lord to do these things, man. You got something?
It ain't no coincidence that the Lord just speeding up the time, man. So you know, we all gonna be doing these works in a short amount of time.
That's right, man.
But at the same time, hey, if you don't get it right, it will come draft day. Hey, it's gonna be one of them niggas that never made it, man.
What?
Hey, forget the NFL, NBA, and Major League Baseball. And we trying to make it to the Lord's army.
That's the point, man. You trying to make it to the kingdom. Everlasting payment, man. That's the check that nobody can write, man, except the Lord, man. You be sitting there, you see all the bums. You know, everybody sit on draft day. They wait for the phone call in the nice suits and the nice attire and everything like this. They waiting for the phone call. No phone call come. Guess what? Picture it today. The bombs dropping. All hell is breaking loose. It's fire everywhere. It's bombs. You hear women crying, babies dead in the street. You seen all these things. You sitting there waiting. Come on, Lord. I'm waiting for him to come get me. I got my wedding garment on. I got my fringes. I'm good. Lord don't call you. That's a sad scene, man. That's sad as hell. Because guess what? When you had all the opportunity to train, to study, to read, to pray, to fast, to love one another, to do works in the building, to do works at home, to love your wife, to love your husband, to stop talking so much, to stop beating up on people, man. you didn't do it. And that's what this is all for. This is the Lord's combine. That's why I said it ain't the NFL's combine. No, this is the Lord's combine. What are you willing to do to get that extra edge to make it? Man, that's tough, man. Read that again, verse 7. Man.
Verse 7. And give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Man, until the Lord sent a Mashiach Yahawashah back on this earth, whether it's a couple months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 15 years from now. This is exactly how we supposed to be running this race, man. This is exactly how we're supposed to be training to the end. Because a lot of brothers think 15 years is long from now. You've been in Little League football since you was 5. Then you might play till you 40. That's 35 years of your life dedicated to one thing, football. Some brothers already coming into the truth, 50, 60 years old. You probably only got to go hard for 20, maybe even 10. Some brothers, even sisters come in here 70, 80 years old. Shout out Mama Mariah, man. Probably only got to go hard 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 10 years maybe. That's it. And you don't live 70. Lord only probably want 5 or 6 of yours. That's it. And that righteousness right there going to exceed and get good enough. Come on. Yeah, you one of them. Yeah, I like your report. You never know, man. Watch it. Let's get this. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get Ecclesiastes. Man. Start at 9. Well, chapter 9, verse 11. Oh yeah, whatever you want. Come on.
Let me get Sirach 6 and 36. Because like the same way we're gonna do these brothers, we gotta do the Most High God like that too. Because He the one who set those brothers up like this. Right.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 36. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
Because we gotta always like send up the prayers like constantly, man. Because you know we tired of this captivity, man. We know the things that we go through as a nation of people. But hey, the only way we're gonna get through is if we putting forth our first works, like how we always got the title of the class, called the First Works Friday, man. Or like how we made a song about it. But hey, we gotta do those things, man, because that's the only way that we just gonna make it to this combine and get drafted, man. That's right.
Because we're gonna even get into that too, man. Because we had accounts where brothers and sisters might have been weak and faint. Then they remembered the Lord. Guess what? They retold the history of the well-renowned men. You had the Maccabees do that. You had Paul do it. You had all these people go throughout the history and say the mighty works of all our forefathers. Guess what? You might think about when you training. Think if I was, let's just say I was a quarterback and Tom Brady wanted to train me. You don't think I'm not going to take this damn training? I mean, I don't like the Edomite, but let's just, it's stats, whatever it is. Now just think about it. You got the opportunity for Moses to teach you. How? Go read the first 5 books. Now you got the opportunity for David to teach you something. Nehemiah to teach you something. Guess what? Above all these things, you got Yahawashah. You got Yahawashah himself showing you what he did when he was here on earth. You're supposed to wear them doorsteps out, man. You got captains, leaderships, officers, bishops, deacons. Man, I will be bothering their ass every single day because they've been running this race. They've been in the combine. Guess what? They one of them ones. Oh, yeah, that's a vet. Yeah. He did 4 years in college. Yeah, he consistent. He got some good years. Yeah. This your mentor. I'm telling you, that's a great precept. All right. You get that Ecclesiastes, man, 9 and 11.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9 and verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift.
It's not to the who?
It's not to the swift.
So guess what? This race is not to somebody who run a 4.2. Not to somebody who has the fastest 40 in the world or has the fastest 30 in the world. Whatever the case is. It's not to the fastest person ever. It's not to the one who can come in the truth and learn the whole Bible within a month. It's not to that person. All praise to the Most High if you do. But guess what? It's not to the swift. To somebody who think, as soon as I come to the truth and learn the Bible, the world's going to end. It's just, they're just waiting on me. It's not to the swift, right? Read.
Nor the battle to the strong.
Guess what? It's not to the strongest person. I bench press 225. I do it about 50 times. It's not to that person. It's not to that person who's always ready to go to war. Or that person, I'm ready to fight. Physically. I don't want to fight spiritually. Hell no. I got Nehemiah just without the spirit. I just want to fight. I just want to grab a nigga head and punch this nigga. It's not to the strong person. Read.
Neither yet bread to the wise.
Man, read on. Right?
Nor yet riches to men of understanding.
Look how these things is going, man. It said this race is not to the swift, it's not to the strong, it's not bread to the wise, it's not nor yet riches to men of understanding, right? Read on.
Nor yet favor to men of skill.
But what is it?
But time and chance happening to them all.
What is time, man? How much are you willing to do? For how long? Because guess what? You probably could have been the most richest man on this earth when you came into the truth. But you fell out the truth. But you did a lot of work. Guess what? You probably bought probably 10 camps across the four corners of the earth. But you fell out the truth. What is that going to solve? You did the work, but the Lord ain't looking at what you did 10 years ago. What you been doing for these past 6? Been a damn warm-up. You've been going the hell off. You think the Lord looking at that? Guess what? What else? Let's see. Men of skill. What else? The strong men, the bread of the wise. You got all the understanding, all the wisdom in the Bible. I can break everything down. All out the truth. Man. Like, just think about these things, man. You can have all this understanding, but don't do nothing. But you can have this little understanding, do a lot, man. But guess what? It says it's to the people, but time and chance, man. Just the amount of time you're willing to do it, man. Because I think Kobe said this. I want to say it's Kobe. He was a famous athlete. It says, I think it's talent beats skill, or skill beats talent, or hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. Because guess what? The person could be naturally gifted in the scriptures, but then you got somebody who reading every night, 2 hours a night, who studying, who praying, who fasting, who giving alms to the school every week. And the person with the natural talent, he kind of laid back and chill. He might read a scripture every 2 weeks, or kind of flip through his Bible a little bit every other week. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that's a precept there. Let me write that. Cool. Oh, I got that breakdown. Cool. And kind of just sit back on it. Don't look at the milk no more. He on the second address. He all this in the deep stuff. He gave up on the milk. It's cool to him. But guess what? Now that brother that's been working hard, he getting understanding now. The person with talent, like, how the hell this nigga learning? But the hard work, he putting in the work, and his fruits is showing.
Think about like with Jerry Rice and Deion Sanders. Those are two totally different dudes. Both of them good, but Jerry Rice, like after he won the Super Bowl, he went right back out there and started practicing again. Meanwhile, you had Deion Sanders. He wanted to be like seeing the man and do all this, that, and the third, man. So which one of them are you gonna be? Are you gonna be the puffed up and proud, doing the bare minimum, or you gonna do the ones that's gonna go 110% for the Lord?
That's right, man. Because I mean, even think about it like this, man. You can have a natural gift. You can have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. You have enough talents and you have enough understanding of the scriptures where you can get by, but you don't have enough to a brother who's keeping the commandments. That's basically what all this is coming down to, man. How long can you keep the commandments? Because it said, but time and chance happening to them all. Because everybody is given a chance. Everybody. If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American of the indigenous descent, and if you're the 12 tribes, Esau, you don't have a chance. You just have time to just rule while you got it. And you might have a chance to be a good slave if you, all right. Ham, you have a time right now to where you can be stinky with a chance of maybe some lotion. You know what I'm saying? Moab, you have a time of to eat rats, mice, and whatever else you want to eat, with a chance of maybe eating a little boy or something. I don't know. TD Jakes, you have a time of being swallowed. You know what I'm saying? With the chance of ending up at PDD party or something. You know what I'm saying? But it's time and chance to happen to everybody in order to get this truth, to keep the commandments, and do the thing that the Lord loves, man. It comes to everybody, right? Watch this, verse 12.
Verse 12. For man also know it, not his time.
Because you don't know your time, man. Guess what? Y'all running the same race, But like I even said, Enoch, he finished his race already. The Lord said, hey, you got it. You won already. But guess what? You might have a couple more miles to go. You have a couple more years in this captivity, a couple more months. You never know these things, right? He said, don't nobody know. Read.
For man also knoweth not his time.
Read.
As the fishes that are taken in an evil net.
Think about it. You fishing, man. The fish didn't know it was going to die today. The fish is like, I'm just going, swimming. I'm trying to find Nemo or something. Then he was like, oh, damn, I see a little worm. Now I'm somebody dinner. The same way the Lord will take you out of nowhere, man. Guess what? You might have been here one camp one-on-one, and the next week you dead. You never know these things, man. Well, guess what? You might not be physically dead, but now you're spiritually dead. You never know when your time is up, man. That's why every Sabbath that you come into, you need to thank the Lord for making another week. That's another week He gave you an opportunity to congregate with like-minded brothers and sisters, to see all your brothers and sisters, to build your spirit up one more time, man. Every day you should be thankful for these things, right? Because you never know. Read.
And as the birds that are caught in the snare.
Man, I mean, we always see birds getting caught in cages. Guess what? Birds getting caught by other birds. Man, you never know when your time is up, man. So brothers and sisters, y'all gotta work hard. You never know. Guess what you had? You had LeBron. He hooping hard in high school. He didn't have to do college. They brought him straight to the NBA. Kobe, he did high school. He didn't have to go to college. They're like, nah, you too good. Come on. Just think about the Lord, man. Nah, bro, you don't got to make it to your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. You did enough. Come on. Brother, you don't have to do that. You did it. You doing good right here, man. You don't have to be a captain to make it to the kingdom, man. You don't have to be an officer. You don't have to be a bishop or deacon. Guess what? I just need you to keep the damn commandments. I'll call you when I'm ready, and I'll give you the increase as I see fit. Don't get mad because it's been 10 years you going hard for me, but you want men to guess what, to excel you, to give you props, to give you credit, to move you up, man. Let the Lord do it. Because within them 5, 10, 6 years, even 3 years, hell, you might not be a captain or an officer or a deacon, but you're probably one of the mightiest soldiers in your camp, man. You probably can help your officer break something down or help your captain go through some precepts. It don't matter, man. Let the Lord build you up, man. A lot of times we consider ourselves, oh, well, if I'm not this, I'm not that. To hell with this. Man, think about a draft, bro. It's a lot of people who don't go in the first round and be like, well, I don't want to get drafted no more. To hell, I ain't gonna be known as a second round nigga. What the hell I look like? Guess what? I know if it's me and it's 6 rounds, if I don't go in the first, cool. If I don't go in the second, all right. 3rd, 4th, 5th. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of getting a little sweaty. I'm scratching my head. That 6th round coming, I might be that last pick. I'll praise to the Most High, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, man. That's pride, man. You doing all this work and the Lord calling up people early. Why this nigga ain't called me up yet? Man, to hell, I ain't doing no more work. To hell with this nigga, man. I ain't doing no more work. I ain't going hard no more, man. I'm not gonna read no more, study. I ain't gonna do class no more. What am I doing? But you never know when these things gonna come, so you always gotta stay patient and keep running the race, man. Let's get another precept on that. Let's go to Hebrews, man. Was it smaller? I probably didn't see it. What you want? Go ahead.
So are the sons of men.
Oh, shit, my bad.
Time.
Yeah, my bad. Read that. Go ahead.
So are the sons of men snared in an evil time.
That's the spirit, man. The sons of men, you snared in the evil time. Read on.
When it fallen suddenly upon them.
Because guess what? It comes suddenly upon a lot of folks, man. A lot of folks might have started running this race and then they fall back into the world and now they off on drugs, dead. Guess what? Spiritually or physically, man. You never know when the Lord will come get you. But I know, hey, when you want the Lord to come get you, you want to be in that right spirit. Oh, yeah, I came to him. He had his full armor on. Come on. You had on your wedding garment. Come on, let me go ahead. You got an RSVP for Christ's wedding, man. Just think about these things, right? Matter of fact, read 13.
Verse 13. This wisdom have I seen also under the sun.
So guess what? We know Ecclesiastes Solomon said a lot of things are vanity to him. But this right here, he said, this wisdom have I seen also under the sun, right? Read.
And it seemed great unto me.
It seemed what?
And it seemed great unto me.
He didn't call that vanity, man. He didn't call this race vain. Because this is the race that you got to do, man. This is the race that every brother and sister that's under this sun has to run. If you want to be in the truth and you want to see that day and you want to make it to the kingdom, you got to run this race. Because guess what? If you read everything else through this, 1 through chapter 1 all the way through 12, see a lot. He called a lot of things vain and it's vanity. He called it vanity. But let's get this. Let's go to Hebrews, man. Chapter 12. 12 and 1. I seen Sister Mary Houston. You know we was going there. You know we was going there. No, man. 12.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Look at that.
Wherefore see, we are also compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses.
Right. And a cloud of witnesses. That's what all our forefathers, all the things that we have all the way up until now. These great witnesses, man. These great examples of how to be a good brother to one another, a good sister to one another, a good wife, a good husband, a good leader, a good role model. Guess what? To be perfect in the name of Yahweh, man. Read on, man.
Let us lay aside every weight.
Let us lay aside the things that's a burden to us, that can weigh us down. Let's put this sin to the side. Let's put this world behind me, man. We put this hate, malice, envy. Guess what? Even bring it up to the past. But let me put this old leaven away, man. Read.
In the sin.
In the who?
In the sin.
It's literally just saying it. That's the weight that's on you, man. It's sin, man. Read.
Which doth so easily beset us.
Because guess what? Sin does easily beset us, man. A little sin coming, our mission is completely off now. A little adultery coming, you forgot what the hell you in the truth for. You just remember I got on fringes and that's it. I got to go to council. But you forget, you got to make it to the kingdom. Guess what? I ain't got to just listen to the captain's counsel. I got to have to worry about the Lord when he opened the books and he see, damn, you did this on this day? Damn, you did this too on this day? You let sin beset you from your mission. And that's making it into the kingdom. And that's keeping the law, statute, commandments right now today. Read, all right?
And let us run with patience.
Read.
The race that is set before us.
Guess what? And the Lord just said, man, let you run the race with patience, man. This is like what is it called? A marathon, man. It's like a marathon, a triathlon. I like a triathlon because in that, you do different environments. You can be on a bike, then you can get in the water. Then you can do a jog. Triathlon, you're going to do a lot of things, but you still got to finish that race. Because guess what? We know in this race, you got fire on one side, you got water on the other side. Sometimes you might fall in that water. Don't drown. Get your ass out that water. You might fall in the fire. Get your ass out before it burn you. And all these things come with trials and tribulations, man. That's that sin that's easily besetting us. That's what the Lord said, do it patiently. Because guess what? You're not going to get it as soon as you get into this truth. You're not going to know all the breakdowns. You're not going to know how to bid all the sheep back to the marriage as soon as you get in the truth. Guess what? You might want to bring your family in it, but you don't know how to do these things. Just run the race patiently. They'll see you running. They'll see you, guess what, losing fleshly weight. When I say it like that, that's sin. They'll see you not keeping them holidays no more, not going out to the club, being a hoe. Guess what? Entertaining their foolishness. They'll see these things. They're like, nigga, where you going? You know what I'm saying? They're kind of looking at you a little different now. Dang, I kind of want to, let me get into this little race. What you been on? What you been reading? You reading the Bible? Oh, you didn't say you keep the commandments? Oh, I think I can come do that with you, granny baby. You see what I'm saying? You never know these things, man. That's why the Lord said, run it patiently, man.
Like you said, hey, you get your ass up out of that fire. That lake of fire ain't gonna be able to get out of it.
There ain't no more running after that, man. That's the free agency right there.
No, that's a true statement. Because, like, even my uncle, like, you know, he still, you know, in the world and whatnot, but he'll ask questions from time to time. He'll be like, well, how come they don't teach about Jacob and Esau and, you know, or teach it the right way? Or how come they don't teach you about tithing the right way and stuff? Because, you know, he be reading. And then he like, So why they don't do this, that, and the third? Why they don't tell you that a woman ain't supposed to be teaching in a church? It'd be all type of questions that he'd be asking. So he hear it. The word ain't going out void, but hey, it's up to you to get up off your high horse and change for the Most High God. That's right.
Read verse 2 up.
Verse 2. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith.
I like that. Read that from the top up.
Verse 2 from the top. Looking unto Yahushua.
Because look, I'm going to tell you, in the start of verse 1, it says, wherefore, seeing we are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, right? But then it gave you the best witness out of the whole Bible, man. Yahushua, man, the Hamashiach in verse 2 at the beginning, man. It said, looking unto Yahushua, the author, meaning, guess what? He created this thing. Let's thought about this, man. You have an author of faith, right? What does Christ have faith in? His Father. And if you see how that goes, you can't, he's going to have faith in himself. You're supposed to have faith in yourself, but you have faith in the Lord. You see how that's a Trinity cutter, man, if you break it down through the Spirit. If he's the author and finisher of our faith, and we're supposed to have faith in the Lord. Read that. I read 2 again.
Verse 2 from the top. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith.
Read.
Who for the joy that was set before him.
Man, that's tough, man. The joy that was set before him. He knew when he came on here, he was going to die a miserable death. Get scorned and scolded by the scribes and Pharisees. Get talked down about. Get all these things. But it was a joy to him. Guess what? He knew how he was going to have to die. He knew all these things. It was a joy to him. But he said, it's my pleasure, right? This is the pleasure that the Lord had in these things, and that Mashiach had in this thing, man. And that's the thing we should take. When we go into these trials and tribulations and we see the race that's set before us, you see that sin from a mile away coming. Guess what? I'm going to stroll right by this mud. It ain't going to bother me. I ain't finna trip. I ain't finna stumble. And if I do, guess what? I'm finna pop my ass back up and keep going. You should have joy going through all these things, man. Guess what? Okay, damn. Solomon went through lust and temptation. Damn, David did too. Put your Bible down, you open your phone. Damn, Donovan's going through lust and temptation. Well, goddamn, how did they get out of the situation, man? David prayed and repented to the Lord. Well, what the hell should Donovan do, man? Pray and repent to the Lord, man. That's the faith we gotta have in our Lord, man. And do it with joy. Do it with joy. Read on, Doc.
Who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
And he endured that chastisement. Why? Because he knew at the end he was going to have the pleasure of coming back and destroying the wicked Israelites and killing all them damn heathen, man. He seen the end goal from the beginning. So he endured that little joy. He said, this right here, this cool, this light work. I'm going to run this little race because I'm going to take this with joy. I almost cussed, man. I'm going to take this with joy right here. Because I know when I come back and get my prize, hey, there ain't nothing better than that, man. Read on, Doc.
Endured the cross.
Read.
Despising the shame.
He don't care about that damn shame. That's what he's. Hey, Christ knew Isaiah 45 and 17. Israel not going to be ashamed nor confounded. Man, he knew these things. Psalms 119, 165. Nothing was going to offend him, man. He knew Isaiah 53. He knew these things, man. Despise shame. He didn't care about that stuff. Read.
Despising the despising the shame.
Read.
It is set down at the right hand of the throne of God.
Man, and started with a Trinity cutter, ended with a Trinity cutter. Come on, man. Because think about it. If we don't do these things with joy, that's what we're going against our Lord. Because I put it in the priest. I was going to touch it. I walked past it a little bit, man. If you don't do it with joy and joyfulness and gladness of heart, what you doing? Serving your enemies now. If you're not willing to serve your God with joyfulness and gladness of heart, well, guess what? You're going to serve your enemies with sorrow of mind and heart. It's one or the other, man. The Lord always said 2 and 2. You're either going to serve me with joy or serve the heathen with sorrow. Which one you want? Which one? Because the captivity ain't going to change. But are you going to change? You see what I'm saying? My son is still gonna come back on this day. But are you gonna be ready when he come back on this day? How do you want it? What is that? Was that Tupac? How do you want it? You know what I'm saying? How does it feel? Coming up as an Israel, coming up as an Israelite in the fast, like, you know what I'm saying?
People mix conversation.
You see what I'm saying? Like, hey, how do you want it, man? Whether him like it, him shall get it, right? But watch this, man. Read verse 3.
Verse 3. For consider him that endured such contradictions of sinners.
Man, read
against
this.
himself.
Hold on. You got to read that again.
Verse 3 from the top. For consider him that endured such contradictions of sinners against himself.
What are some of the contradictions Christ went through against the sinners? What are some things that contradict itself in the scriptures? I can ask any one of y'all. What are some contradictions? That goes against the scriptures. God love everybody. Christ had to deal with that. What's another?
Jesus is God.
Exactly. Telling me I'm my daddy. But look how these things go, man. Christ had to endure these things because I know that if Christ is the law, you think about if it pissed us off bad that people still think that. Think about the people who was well-rounded in the scriptures, trying to confound and contradict the damn Bible in front of the person. Come on, man.
You niggas saying Joseph ain't my daddy. Hey.
And then reading the scriptures where he gonna have to come through a man loins. You damn contradiction, man. Man, just think of this thing, man. Well, y'all code said we can eat pork, just pray over it. Man, come on, man. Look at these things. Bro, Christ was in the spirit like he mud, man. When Paul wrote these things, bro, he was in the spirit, bro. He said, man, consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners. Because think about it, the people who try to contradict the Bible and go against the Bible, they in sin, man. Because they try to make the Bible fit around them. Yeah, that's another one. That's a damn contradiction. If I'm supposed to die for a part of the law, how is the law done away with? What the hell, man?
Hey, you told you, thank God that I come destroy it out.
What the hell would the woman have to grab on if I didn't have a hem of fringes? If the strength is the law, how the hell was I going to be able to heal any of these folks if I didn't have the law?
Tribe of Judah, it says in Jerubbaal 14:2 that they are black. Why you got this white image of it? What? This weak white Edomite.
Guess what? It's a commandment to keep the Passover, but we don't keep the Passover. That's a contradiction.
I said Christmas is my birthday. I was born in the springtime.
Come on, man. Look at these things, man. All these contradictions that they try to do these things. Brother Abraham, heathen being grafted in. If I said Esau ain't gonna make it, why y'all telling me Esau gonna make it? Come on, man. It's a lot of contradiction Christ faced with these things, man. A lot of them. And guess what? We see the same things today, man. We see them, man. Brother Bowie, we don't have to wear our fringes and we can smoke weed. Bro. Come on, man.
Contradiction.
Bro. Twins, church on Sunday. If I told you to go teach on the Sabbath day, the seventh day of the week, why the hell are you trying to tell me it ain't the Sabbath? Man, I'm telling you, that's tough, man. Read that from 3 from the top, man.
Verse 3 from the top. For considering him that endured such contradictions of sinners against himself.
Man, against himself, man. Because guess what? They going against him with the Bible. Nigga, he is the word made flesh. Christ's tough, man. Read it. That's tough, man. That's tough as hell. Against himself, man. Y'all trying to contradict me. Nigga, it's me. How you gonna make? Nah, Raj, you ain't got no dreads. Because if you had dreads, this would happen. In my head right now. Nah, man, you ain't got on a black shirt. Nah, your shirt gray. You just gotta look at it different. What are you talking about?
That's one of the cases where if any man be ignorant, let the nigga be
Man,
ignorant.
for real, bro. Read on, man.
Lest ye be worried and faint in your mind.
Because that's the thing, man. When you don't consider the Hamashiach, you get wary. You get faint in your mind. Damn, is my shirt really great? Damn, do I really have dreads? Am I really God's chosen people? Do I really have to keep the law? Can I smoke weed? Can I go to church on Sunday? What else? Can the heathen really be grafted in? Do I really have to hate Esau? You start to kind of get weird and get faint about these things. When you forget about Hamashiach, the cloud of witnesses, when you forget about all this endurance and the patient run you're supposed to be running, you're kind of like, am I going to get drafted? Do I have, even if I keep the commandments, will I make it? You start getting wearied or faint about all these things, man.
See, that be done for the spirit, brother.
It is, bro.
Gotta, pray and fast, man. Like, it be time, like, early on in the truth, every now and then, they try to come along and be like, man, what if the kingdom ain't even real? Right. It be all type of spirit. Satan, hey, he really desire you, man. That's right. Hey, whenever you like really going hard for the Most High God, hey, he gonna just push at you more and more. That's right. Let's think about Job. All the things he did to Job. Job kept on pushing. So we always got to have that mindset of Job and many other brothers and sisters that went through the things that went through.
Brother Abraham said, is it wrong to be weary about your salvation, though? If the Lord say, if you want to make it to the kingdom, keep the commandments. That's it. Guess what? You should know in your mind, have confidence in the Lord. If I keep the commandments, I will make it to the kingdom. But guess what? You don't want to have pride on you to say, I'm keeping the commandments, so I know I'm going to make it to the kingdom. Or you get so much on you that I am the 144,000. I'm the 139,979th person in that 144. Guess what? Because you never know. You don't never want to overstep these things and consider yourself this and this, because we ain't nothing but earth and ashes. Right? Guess what? You ain't never heard none of these people say these things. Man, Christ knew he was going to be at the right hand of God, but he didn't boast himself about these things. He said, hey, I do the will of my Father, man. Guess what? If I got to take the cup, hey, so be it, man. Guess what? If I got to do this for Israel, so be it. Let's think of Christ had pride on him when he did these things, man. Look at these things. Guess what? Moses did it for England, and guess what? He kept them out of Jordan. He kept them from seeing the land of milk and honey. Guess what? Moses knew that he was going to go to Jordan. So confident and so proudful about it. Well, here, let me hit this rock and get y'all some water. Since y'all just so, because I know once we get over here, we're going to have everything. But you forgot you got to get there first, man. You can never forget these things, right? So it's not wrong. Because guess what? You always want to keep it in your mind. I got to go harder. Because you don't never get complacent, man. What in that? I'm reading.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, and verse 4. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin.
You know, I was going to read that too. I'll pray this. I'll read that again.
Verse 4 from the top. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin.
Because guess what? We're striving against sin, man. That blood, guess what? We ain't resisting the blood, that renewal, that grace that the Lord gave us, man. We striving against sin. We're not letting, what Christians say, oh, we all got sin, but we all this. We don't have to keep the law. Oh, sin can reign on me. We all fall short of the glory. No, man, we're striving against sin. We're going to beat sin. We're going to conquer it, man. Through the power of Yahweh, man. But guess what? You don't never want to be overly confident to feel like the Lord has to put you in that number, because he doesn't have to have a number at all. He doesn't have to have a 1/3, 144. He could have been him and a Mashiach. He cool with that. He could have just been him and he would have been cool with it. He did all these things in order for us, and we can never forget these things. So like I said in Isaiah, the least you can do is to bid my servants back to the marriage. Well, roughly paraphrasing, bid the Gentiles back to the light. Ultimately going to a whole nother spirit. But watch this. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 9, man. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, let's go to verse 24.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 9, and verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all.
So guess what? Everybody that running the race, they all running for one goal, right? Read it.
But one receiveth the prize.
But it's always only one winner. Guess what? You can have first, second, third place, but everybody's always looking at the number. They always want to be one. What did it say? SpongeBob, he was number one, right? Read on. Read on now.
So run that ye might obtain.
Because guess what, man? Just run. You want to run a. Guess what? How I look at it in track. I never wanted to run track. I never could see, but one, I'm big. Just running and big don't mix. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I'm like, bro, this is a sport where you just run. That's stupid. I just felt it was stupid. I mean, hey, that's just me being big. I felt it was, that's just the laziness in me. But I'm like, bro, all you gotta do is just outrun that person and you win. You don't gotta tackle, you ain't got a game plan. You don't have to watch film on track. I mean, you can watch handoffs and stuff like that. That's cool. But at the end of the day, the one goal, outrun this nigga. That's it. Whether it's a 100, 200, 300, 400, relay, whatever, just outrun this nigga. But watch this. The Lord said, well, everybody run a race, but only one person win. So just run. You might be that one that wins. And guess what? If you take it a step further, your flesh and your spirit is running that same race. Your flesh is right here in lane 1 and your ass in lane 2. You just gotta beat your flesh. When it come down to that, and that finish line come, you want to make sure that you beat your flesh. Oh, you want to make sure. I got to put it out there, man. But you want to make sure that your spirit wins that race over your flesh, man. Because that's the race that you ultimately want to run. Guess what? Hey, I told brother, Lil Ray, I don't know if you remember that call. You called me when I called. It was like a year or so ago when you first got in the truth. You still want to play football. I don't want to put your business out there like that, but you still want to play football. And I was like, well, you got to play on Saturdays and stuff like that. I was like, hey, if that's what you want to do, hey, just telling you, I wouldn't recommend doing it. Guess what? And I told him straight up. I said, hey, I said, the Lord stuff is like a draft day too in the combine. If you really want to think about it. I said, because, hey, I love all my brothers and sisters, but if it's some work that need to be done, I'm going to make sure I do it. Because I know when draft day comes, I'm trying to go in the first round. And if you my competition, I love you, but we all got to work out our own salvation. So whatever you don't do, I'm going to do it. Whatever your work you ain't trying to do, I'm going to do it. What you don't read, I'm going to try to read. What you don't study, I'm going to try to study. The work that you don't put in the building, I'm going to do it for my God, man. That's just what it is, man. If I'm a diligent sister, if you're not serving plates, I'm going to serve the food. If you're not making garments, I'm going to make the garments. If you're not doing the shirts, I'm going to do the shirts. Because when the Lord opened up them books at the end of the day, he just make a big old noise just like this of your whole life. And guess what? Everybody else getting their judgment. Your book might be this big. But then they book might be this big. Or might be this big. Never know. Or they book might even be this big. Your book might be this big. Guess what? We all in the truth together. But at the end of the day, when the Lord look at my righteousness, I want my book to be this big. So I'm going to give you the same example. I'm going to give you the same fruits. I'm going to give you the same understanding, same study. It's about doing the work, man. It's about just running. Don't ask me, how do I run? Do I do my arms up and down? I know you told me Exodus 28 is a Sabbath, but I don't want to read it. Can you tell me more about it? I don't want to really keep the commandments, but I'll go to the feast days. I'll go out in the wilderness, but I really didn't want to leave Egypt. Let me think. I want to be an Israelite, but I like my white friend. I think I can be an Israelite. I think I really can. But I like weed. Think about it. I'm going to give you all the precepts. I'm going to give you all the understanding. But guess what? We running this race, man. And I got to beat you. Because guess what? You can be that 6th pick. And in the last round of that draft, And I could be that 7th round. Ain't a 7th round. But if it was, I'd probably been the first pick. But I gotta beat your ass if I want to make it, man. That's just plain that it is, man. That's just what it is. And now I tell a lot of brothers and sisters, I mean, I love every single brother and sister in this building. I promise y'all I do. But at the end of the day, if brothers and sisters not trying to put in no work, I'm gonna make sure I try to put in the work to the best of my abilities. Because when this get open, man, I want my book to look like this, man. That's just what it is, right? But watch this. You can just pick up where you left off, verse 25.
Verse 25 from the top. And every man that striveth for the master is temperate in all things.
Because guess what? You running this race, you're gonna learn a lot of things. Guess what? When I came into this truth, I didn't know I was gonna know all the precepts I knew, the understanding that I had, the retention that I had. I didn't know none of these things. But I kept running. And it came to me. Cool, now I know this. Oh, dang. I learned how to paint a little bit. Now I added that to my thing. Oh, dang. I know how to grill a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, now I add that to my repertoire. Oh, man, I know how to deal with brothers and sisters now. I can add that to my repertoire. Guess what now? Oh, I can kind of mess with the videos a little bit. Now I can do a little video. The Lord said when you running, every man that strive for mastery. Because I want to be good at everything, man. Guess what? You don't want to just have Numbers 15:38 and that's it. No, you want to have Numbers 15:38, Deuteronomy 7:3, Deuteronomy 10:12, Leviticus 11:7. You want to have all these things. You want to be a master in all sections of the law, man. You know, scratch the sacrificial law because that should be where your mind is on Hamashiach.
Now I can instruct brothers about leadership is, holding counsel.
You see what I'm saying? That's it. I can experience with that thing, man. Think about it. You just running the race. And that's what it come down to, man. Just run the damn race. If you don't get promoted, cool. If you get demoted, cool. Guess what? If you get suspended, cool. It's not cool. It's punishment. But guess what? Take it joyfully and keep damn running. A lot of times brothers get weary, like I said in the scriptures, and faint. Bro, keep running. Continue to master these things. Because guess what? Where a brother might have mastered and conquered, guess what? Adultery and fornication, you might be still sharpening that sword, that right there. You might be trying to perfect that. Keep running and you might get it. Just keep going, man. Guess what? In the draft, this brother might have, he can catch a football, one hand, two hand. Guess what? I'm modeling these things. But guess what? You might run real fast. And that brother might not run fast. But you keep practicing. I can catch a good football now. I can shoot a good 3 now. You keep going, now you're starting to master all these things. Until guess what? You're a good prophet now. The Lord can use you. The Lord said, hey, come on, well done, my good and faithful servant. Guess what? Now you like a GOAT, like how they say MJ. You a Michael Jordan now. You a Tom Brady. You one of them now. Why? Because you done mastered these things and you never stop going. Watch this. Read on now. Just read. Let's finish. Read 25 from the top.
Verse 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
Right. Read.
Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown.
Because guess what? The people who just run that corner race, I gotta get this bag. I want to be a millionaire by I'm 30. I gotta get this bag. If I gotta give up a couple bows, so be it. No diddy. If I gotta do these things, so be it. Those people are seeking after a corruptible crown. Or the moth doeth corrupt, man. Moth and rust doeth corrupt, right? But read. But us, being the children of God, being Israelites, read.
An incorruptible crown.
We're seeking an incorruptible crown, man. We're seeking the one that doesn't no rust, ain't no moths there, no thieves, no robbers. None of these things is there, man. We want the crown of the everlasting, man. Think about it how I say in Edris, man, when Christ is literally walking around, giving people their crowns, man. And man asked, man, who is that man of stature, man? He said, that's the son of God over there, bro. That's the crown we're searching for, man. This picture of Hamashiach, bro, 7 foot tall. 8 foot tall, man. Big, tall black man, mighty as hell. giving you a crown, man. Saying, well done, my faithful servant. Well done, my faithful servant. Guess what? Well done, sister. Well done, brother. That's the crown we're looking for now. To hell with anything you could accomplish in this world, man. You should accomplish the thing that you can't see, man. You can't see the kingdom physically. You can see the world crumbling to the end, your kingdom beginning, but you can't fathom the things the Lord gonna give you, man. And that's what we're searching for. Guess what? It's not to say, my bad, not to cut you off. We're not searching for the things that's, guess what? Hey, if you gotta get a 401k, cool. If you want to do these things for your family, cool. There's nothing wrong with continuing to sustain yourself in captivity. Brothers and sisters, don't take that wrong to be like, I'm gonna give up everything. I'm gonna be homeless and I'm going straight after the Lord. Don't be stupid, man. Because the Lord even says something about being a beggar, man. Come on, man. Don't be slow, man. But you should be, your goals and aspirations should be fully set on the kingdom. Go ahead, my bad.
You gotta think about it, like even how I bring it down. Just think about Christ just saying, well done, my good and faithful servant. You're gonna be snotting and boo-hoo and everything, because you made it. What's the song? Nigga, we made it. No, for real, we really made it. But it's like, you just gotta put in the work. It's just gonna keep on reverting back to the same thing.
That's right, man.
You know, hey, Passover's coming up. Right? You know, we all gotta have like new spirits and like better spirits than what it was last year. Right? Hey, overcoming like the fleshly things that we was going through last year and make it into a better one. Right. Like even going into that the wine, pouring the wine in the bottles, roughly paraphrase. Hey, you don't want to be that wine bottle that burst, man. Because hey, once you start trying to get that new understanding, hey, you could be bugged out, man. Just because you playing with the Most High God. That's it.
Man, that's tough, man. Man, just think about it, man. You sitting there, Christ giving you that crown, like, oh, you said it was to keep the commandments, and I made it, and I made it. Just think about these things, man. Like, it's funny now, but just think about how mighty that is, man. That's a faith builder, man. Kids, they get whooped, man. You said, I just have to keep the commandments. That's it, man. I'm telling you, man, that's the thing we should be seeking, man. Read verse 26, man.
Verse 26. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly.
Man, nah, Abraham, this is the exact precept. Because guess what? You want to have faith in this thing. Because guess what? He said, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, right? You don't kind of, well, am I going to make it? No, be certain in this race that you're running, right? It's the perfect precept. All praise to the Most High, man. Read.
So fight up.
So what?
So fight up.
Man, I'm fighting, man. When I get tired, guess what? I'm going to pop me a Gatorade. I'm going to read me a couple scripts. I'm going to go hard, man. When I get a little faint, I'm going to get around some like-minded brothers and sisters and keep going, man. I'm going to put my hands to the plow harder, man. I'm going to give myself more works and tasks. So guess what? By the time I look up and I'm be like, oh, damn, did I make it? You passed the finish line, man. I didn't even know I ran it. Before you look up, you in the kingdom, man.
Just like that roach, he made.
I'm telling you. You just want to keep going, man. Because guess what, man? The roach is us running. The roach gonna run. Even when them lights come on, it's still gonna run. Because you might not catch it. Guess what? Even when the light flicker on, they scatter. But you're gonna catch a couple of them when that light come on. But that one that keep going and it didn't look down, and just let me get to this corner. Let me get to this corner. He might make it, man. Just keep running, man. Just keep going.
Some roads, you might even step on it.
It get off me, man.
Bro. And if I keep going, you come back, he gone. You just keep on running, bro.
That didn't hurt. Guess what? He gonna get to go home, man. Guess what? If you get to make it to the kingdom and you bust it up and you, I know me, my knees bad, man. Shoot, by the time to the camp, I might be crawling. But guess what? The Lord say, hey, man, you Levi, man, get your head. I'm gonna get in there, man. Because I know the things to come, man. Just keep going and keep fighting. Read,
Therefore, so run, not as uncertainty. Uncertainly,
Go ahead.
so fight up.
Read.
not as one that beateth the air.
Guess what? Because the one who beat the air is the people who just running right. They just beating the earth. This is exactly how they beat the earth. This is all they doing. They don't. I run it like that. We not beating the earth like that, man. This is how we run the race. You know, that's the race. Dealing with brothers and sisters. This is the race we running, man. And it's not an uncertain thing. Guess what? You got to have certainty that the Lord is going to come back and get you. That you are a part of that chosen few, man. That you are a part of this 12 tribes chart, man. And that guess what? The heathen is going to be destroyed and the Israelites going to make it, man. That should be the most certain thing that you should have in your mind. And that these laws, statutes, commandments still prevail over all, right? Read on, huh?
But I keep under my body.
Read.
And bring it into subjection.
Guess what? We keep these things under our body and beat into subjection. What's that? That flesh, man. That carnal man. We ain't letting none of that sliding, man. He said, what did he say? Read that again, huh?
But I keep under my body.
Man, read.
And bring it Shalaki. And bring it into subjection.
And we bring our body into subjection for the Lord, man. Just think about this thing, man. Your body in subjection. Your mind in subjection, man. That's a mighty thing, man. And that's a lot of things the Lord is telling you what you're going to have to beat in this race. It's not just the people who you're running with. It's your body, your mind, your flesh. That's literally what I was saying. All praise to the Most High, man. Read.
Lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be cast away.
Man, read that again. That's tough, man.
Lest that by any means, what I have preached to others.
Because guess what? It's a lot of brothers that have preached to others about running a race, keeping the commandments, not being a whoremonger, not, guess what? Freaking off, not doing these things, right? Stop smoking. They tell you to do all these things, right? Read.
I myself shall be cast away.
Guess what? But nigga, it should be you that should be casted away into outer darkness. You pulling something with brother not having on his wedding garment. You don't got on your damn wedding garment, man. Guess what? You telling brothers and sisters go getting weak and weary and faint in Egypt, and your ass weak, weary and faint in Egypt, man. You telling brothers pick your chin up and you ain't got to worry about it for too long, and nigga, you the main one stressing at home, man. Man, you telling brothers and sisters. Well, you telling brothers, guess what, man? Y'all got to lead your wives in order. And guess what? Your damn wife out of order at home, man. Make it make sense. Guess what? Sisters telling other sisters how to be good wives, and they a damn nigga woman at the house, man. You can't be a hypocrite, man. The Lord said, hey, man, I got to bring my own body into subjection because when I preach, I don't want to be casted away. Guess what? This Passover, brother and sister saying, hey, put that blood over your dough spiritually now, man. But guess what? You ain't got no damn blood over your dough, man. Guess what? Hey, brother and sister, better get that leaven at their spirit in their house. Nigga, your house full of bread, donuts, cookies, damn baking soda, and your house full of sin, man. It don't make sense, man. You don't want to be preaching and then you be casted away the next one out the door, man. It's time to get up and keep running, man. Because what did it say in Hebrews 12? That sin can easily beset you, man. That sin can put you to the side to where you're like, well, damn. Maybe I should just let her worship the Egyptian. Maybe I just let it be. Maybe I should just let my husband freak off. It's cool. I know he loved me, kind of. He come home to me. Maybe I should just let my daughter or my sons just freak off and be whoremongers in my household. It's cool. I'm not worried about it. You know, hey, as long as they pay half the rent. No, man. Keep running the damn race and guide your damn household the way that the Lord wanted you to, man. What if Job gave in to his wife and be like, you know what, baby? To hell with God. You right. Let's go. Just think if he did it, man. What if he did it? We wouldn't even have a good example of what endurance was if we didn't have Job, man. Come on now. Man, what if Nabal's wife, when she went to talk to David, what if he didn't listen to her? Man, the hell with you, woman. You ain't speaking nothing. You ain't went to go kill Nabal. What if he didn't listen What if he did listen to his servants? Man, kill Saul ass, man. Kill that nigga. He tried to kill you twice. What if he did it? What if all these prophets went against what was right and good, man? When they went to try to preach and teach, they were cast away, man. You don't want to be that brother and sister, man. It's time to get the leaven out your spirit in your house and run. Just run. Which way? This way, nigga. Go. You'll learn everything on the way in, man. Just go. Just go, brothers and sisters, man. Let's get to James 1 and 12, man. Go ahead.
Everybody, even with the Most High God, the Son of Yahweh, yeah, they running right there with us, man. What if they decide to stop running and something like, man, forget them niggas, man. Cast them all out. You be in trouble, man.
Man, for real, bro. Just think about it. Every time a new brother and sister come to the truth, Christ start that race over. Christ start over every time a brother and sister come into the truth. Guess what? You coming to the truth? Hold on. Now he back up. Somebody else came in the truth. Damn, somebody else came in the truth. Think about it. He making this race with y'all every single step of the way, man. All the prophets want to see you win this race, man. Every single one of them. If you keep the law, statute, commandments, he wants to see you win that race. And he's going to be there with you and be that comforter, man. Like he tell you in John 14 and 26, man. He wants to be that comforter. But when you fall, get weary and faint, Christ get past you. Because he's running the same speed, the same way you are. But when you get weak and weary and faint, he's still going. And if you don't catch him by the time you get to that finish line, man, you lost. But let's get that James 1 and 12, man.
It's the book of St. James, chapter 1 and verse 12.
Bring it up.
Blessed is the man that endured temptation.
Read.
For when he is tried,
Read on.
he shall receive the crown of life.
Because guess what? All of us are going to have to go through a temptation. The Mashiach himself went through multiple temptations. Who are we to say that we're not going to go through temptation? I don't go through temptation because I just let it win. Come on, man. You a damn nigga, man. I don't have temptation because the temptation get tempted by me. It's just a damn deep dummy, man. I ain't being tempted, but your wife at the house. Shut up, nigga. She's saying it quiet. Shut up. I ain't gonna make you no dinner. Go make your own stuff. You don't think you're being tempted? Oh, she's probably just tired. She didn't want to make it. Guess what? Now you done gave her away. You done gave her leeway. Now she can start trying to rule the house a little bit. You don't gotta listen to your dad. You listen to me. You like, it's okay. Yeah. Hey, did she tell you right? Oh, okay, do it. Before you know it, guess what? She ruling the damn house. And you're just the damn worker. You go to work, pay the bills, and she run the household. And vice versa, man. Brothers and sisters, y'all better look at these things, man, because temptation come in many ways, shapes, and forms, man. You ain't got to read. Just don't read, man. Just get on the game a little bit and just think about a scripture sometimes. Right. As long as you think about something, you all right. Man, you ain't got to go over there. Go to the crib, go to sleep. You just worked a 12-hour shift, huh? You got off at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. It's Sabbath. I just go to the house and relax. You can get up in time to go to camp, at least. You don't think that's a temptation? But brothers still come to class. I'm finna get class and I'm finna go to camp. My ass might be tired, but I'd rather be tired for the Lord. To hell with Esau. I can go to sleep at your job. Don't go to sleep at the Lord's job, man. You've seen accounts where brothers fell asleep on Christ, man, during his hour. Don't be that brother, man. Don't be that brother, man. Read it, all right?
Which the Lord had promised to them that love him.
Man, because guess what? If you endure these things and you go through all these things, you're going to receive that crown of life, which the Lord, he promised to us from the beginning, man. If you do this, you're going to get this. If you do wrong, you're going to get this. Deuteronomy 28, the whole chapter, he told you, you get the crown of life or death. You just make it plain, man. Deuteronomy 30, 19, all these things, man. But watch this, man. I got to get it. Read 13, man.
Verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
Because guess what? God ain't going to tempt nobody, man. God will send people to tempt you. But guess what? A lot of people Watch this. Just read. It's gonna clear itself up. I ain't even gonna butcher. Read.
For God cannot be tempted with evil.
Read that again. All right?
For God cannot be tempted with evil.
So guess what? That temptation can come, but if you beat that temptation, guess what? I got it. But if you get lured in and he kind of threw that hook out there, he took a bite out of it. You got the damn spirit, man. And the Lord said it plain, man. Lord, he said God can't be tempted by evil, man. When that wickedness and your wife out of damn order, and you see her, you know it's a damn spirit on her. Satan tempted me. Depart thee hence. That's what the Lord said to say to the mountain. To say to Satan, depart thee hence, man. Get from me. And guess what, man? Watch. It's going to kind of back up in the corner. It's still going to be talking. It's going to be just like Smokey when Debo came around, man. Guess what? Think of Smokey being temptation and Debo being a man in order, man. Guess what? He walked around. Temptation just around. He said, when Debo around, I shut up. I be quiet. But when he leave, I'll be talking again. Because guess what? Satan always going to be there. But if you're strong enough to overcome that flesh, it can't do nothing. It's going to be quiet. When that spirit walk around, it's going to be quiet. When that spirit leave, it's going to be talking again. But you got to endure that thing, man. It just come with endurance, man. That's
how the Most High God works, man. The Most High God said he ain't finna tempt any man. I know I kind of jumped it, but he gave that job to Satan, man.
That's right.
He's like, hey, I'm doing this, that, and the third. I'm telling you, hey, you got a choice. Choose life or choose death. But as far as like, being tempted, I'm not finna do it. I already got a vessel that's gonna do that for me. But hey, if you fall for the oath, you fought that.
Hey, because think about it. What's the point of why did he send Satan? So that he can try you. I'm going to prove him through the fire. Watch this. I'm going to purify this boy as gold through the fire. Watch this. That's what he did with Job. Satan, go try him. Do everything you can. Just don't kill him. I'm going to make Job, and think about it, in the Lord's mind, I'm going to make Job the purest piece of gold ever after this stuff right here, man. I'm talking about Job, man, you're going to be able to see Job's future through that damn piece of gold, man. That's the Lord's business. Every time you get tempted, every trial and tribulation you go through, the Lord just trying to polish you off a little bit. The Lord trying to refine that gold just a little bit. So if you're going through hell and you passing them tests, man, the Lord shining you down like eating mud. You better take it with joy, man. I'm going to keep reading that. So it's going to take me forever to get out of it. I can't read that. I can't finish that out, man. I'll be there forever. Let's get a couple of counts, man. Let's go to Exodus, man. Get a couple of counts of, guess what? Our forefathers getting faint, man. Weak. Stiff-necked. About all these things, man. All right. Go to Exodus chapter 16. Matter of fact, let's start at 15. Exodus chapter 15. They want to start at verse 22. It's a little bit longer, man. A couple about, let me see. Let me count the precepts. Kind of like Barakai. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including the law. 6, including the law. That's it. Y'all just hang in with me, man. All right, go ahead. I'll be get there.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 22.
Bring it up.
So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness. It found no water.
So guess what? They on a journey now. And they didn't find any water right after 3 days walk. Read.
And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter.
So guess what? It might have been salt water. They couldn't drink that water because, it's unhealthy to drink these things, right? They couldn't drink out of it, right? Read.
Therefore, the name of it was called Marah.
Right? Read.
And the people murmured against Moses.
And that's the first problem. What the hell you murmuring against Moses for? He didn't make the water. I just brought you through here, man. I didn't do that. I didn't make the water dirty before you drank it. That's the first thing we did. We blame the captains, the officers, the leadership for the problems that they didn't do. Nigga, the Lord did it to you. What you mad at them for? But Benaniyah said, you the one who did it. What you mad at me for? Come on, now Satan tempted you and laid it out there. What you mad at me for that you didn't pass the test? What you murmuring about me because of something you got ill towards the Lord for? Read on, huh?
And the people murmured against Moses, saying, what shall we drink?
You know how I'm so glad you said, what we gonna drink? What we supposed to eat? Guess what? Why I can't have no husband? Why I can't have no wife? Why I gotta come to y'all about everything? Why I gotta get counsel? Just think about these things, man, through the Spirit. Why I gotta do this? Why I gotta keep the commandments? Man, because the Lord said so, man. I don't gotta listen to you. The Lord told you to, man. If the Lord say, hey, man, don't revile an elder, God, don't revile the gods, man. Guess what? Get counsel. Be around like-minded brothers and sisters. Why I gotta do it? Why I gotta do that? I don't feel like, well, it ain't about what you feel, man. God damn, man. That man Jerubbaal told us by saying that, man. I know that's how Moses felt, man. Like, dang it. I'm sitting up here worrying about me, and this is what we gotta go through. We're gonna have to go through this captivity. Why are you mad at me that I'm in the same thing as you? Moses was in the wilderness. He didn't have water 3 days. He could have murmured with you. Yeah, let's talk about me. No, man. It's all a part of the Lord, man. But read on, huh?
Verse 25. And he cried unto the Lord, and the Lord shewed him a tree, which wind he had cast into the waters.
Mm-hmm.
The waters were made sweet.
And guess what? That's all you got to do sometimes, man. Pray to the Lord, man. When there's some hard things in your life, and this race might get a little tired and wearisome, and pray to the Lord. And that bitter and that thing that might not have been as pleasant, and that walk that might not have been a little too hard, might just take it off a little bit, man. Might just ease your burden a little bit. Your wife was giving you hell for months, and now he took it off of her, man. Now she a pillar of rest for real, man. Your husband might have been ruling your ass like eat a lion, telling you to do all these things, and now the Lord took a little bit off. Now he a good husband. Now he leading you according to the scripture. Your kids might be out the damn spirit. The Lord just, I'm gonna make them hearken to you now. I'm gonna let you lead them now. You never know what the Lord will do on the time when you got to drink some of that bitter water. Just pray to him. He might make it sweet. Some of the things that we go through, brothers and sisters, just pray to the Lord. He might make that bitter sweet, man. He might. Guess what? That's why we throw up righteous prayers and fastings for these things. And if he don't make it sweet and it's still bitter, guess what? So let it be done. Maybe you just got to go through it that time, man. That don't mean you just throw that prayer away. Don't bring it back. Bring it back a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a couple months from now, a year from now. And the Lord might be like, you know what? You're right. I'll make this sweet water. No more faucet water. You're drinking Kool-Aid now. You're getting yours straight out of a filter or something, man. No more purified water. You're drinking spring water. But watch this. Read on now.
There he made for them a statute in an ordinance. And there he proved them.
Because guess what? He had to prove them there, man. It's tough, man. But watch this. Read.
And he said, if thou wilt diligently hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and will do that which is right in his sight,
Read.
and will give ear to his commandments,
Read on.
and keep all his statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon thee, which I have brought upon the Egyptians, for I am the Lord that healeth thee.
Because guess what? The whole point of the matter, when he gave the water out, he got to make sure, hey, I'm the one who healed you. When he gave out bread, hey, I'm the one who fed you. When he gave you clothes that didn't rust, hey, I'm the one who clothed you. So that way, when that Deuteronomy 28 and 47, 48, 49, and all these things come up, there's no excuse for these things. When the Lord don't call your name, when it's draft day and all hell's breaking loose, there's no excuses for these things. Why? Because he gave you these opportunities at every single site of temptation. He gave you that way out, and he showed you, I'm the Lord, keep my commandments. You didn't think you was going to get out of that. The Lord got you out of it. And every time he said, I'm the Lord, keep the commandments. So that at the end of the day, you can look at all these things and all these scenarios and be like, He's the Lord. I got to keep his commandments. Because guess what? We know where we're going. Moses know where we're going, man. But you don't. But keep running. Just keep going. You're going to make it. Just think about the people who didn't question Moses. And I was going to bring it up to account, man. Like Joshua and Caleb. They did the work. They believed in the race, man. They say, go out and go spy for the land. Cool. Now come back. Okay, we got to do this. Cool. Then Joshua was like, hey, you're going to have to be the one to go do this. Cool. Hey, you're going to have to go to Jericho, go do it. All right, cool. You're going to have to leave. I got you, Moses. I got you, Lord. Be willing to do the work at all times and be willing to keep going, even when your job gets harder. Guess what? Going from a soldier to an officer, that's a lot more responsibility, but you better keep running. From an officer to a captain, it got a little harder, but keep running, man. Guess what? From a nigga in the streets to an Israelite, it got a little harder, but keep going, man. From a sister that used to be full out, popping it on a Tuesday at Onyx or something, to a modest sister in the truth. It got harder, but keep going. At all these times, you always got to remember the Lord and keep going, man. And when we don't, we get faint, and we're going to end up like these people in Egypt, man. He killed everybody who was 40 years and older. Don't be a part of that group. Let's get this next one. Let's go to Exodus 16:3. Right after they finished complaining in 15, now they jump to 16, right? Go ahead.
The book of Exodus, chapter 16, and verse 3.
Start there too.
The book of Exodus, chapter 16, and verse 2.
Bring it up.
And the whole, excuse me, and the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness.
So guess what? They just finished complaining about the water. Now they got water. Now they murmuring again. Read.
And the children of Israel said unto them, would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, where we sat by the flesh pots, and where we did eat bread to the full. For you have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with a hunger.
Man, these niggas hell, man. That's literally all you can say. Man, these niggas is hell. He said, would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt? You just gonna come out here and do that? Like, what if the Lord did do it? So what? You were wrong. What did he say? We acting like a damn Karen, man. That's how we was acting, soft as hell, tender and delicate, man. It said when we sat by the flesh pots and we did eat bread to the full, we eating good, man. Shit, I got a little whoops on my back. It's cool. I got this money. I took a little some up my bowels. I got millions of dollars though. I got swallowed up, but I got this mega church. I'm at Diddy party taking that, but I got money. Man, come on, man.
Even a couple of chapters later, when they had the opportunity to speak to the Most High God, to speak their mind, they didn't do it.
Every time, man. Every time. Man, I'm going to tell you, man, a lot of times we on the streets and all those folks that don't believe in the Lord and they say all this and that, F the Bible, F y'all not no prophets, y'all not this and that. Just think if they had a glimpse. Like when Elijah, when Elisha showed his servant, he said, man, just give them the eyes. Let them see it. Let them see the angels. Just think if they was looking and see two big ass, how many people be at count? About 7, 8, 9, 10. I think they seen 10 big ass angels behind them. Just looking at their ass, man. Just think if they seen these things. They would have probably bowed down and, oh no, hold on. I take that back. Brother, what's your name again? My host of top, brother. Yeah, man, yeah, that's my brother, man. Yeah, man. Brother. What is it? Yeah, man, I'm Judah, man. Yeah, I'm Judah. But guess what? They seek after these signs, man. Right? Because guess what? They didn't see the Lord to his face. They can talk a lot of mess. But then when they seen the Lord, what they did to like smoke, they be quiet. When the Lord lead, they be talking again. Just look at these things, man.
We was living in one all day. Like, hey, I ain't see it. Hey, once y'all do see it, y'all gonna be tripped out, but it's gonna be too late for y'all.
That's right, man. And always attribute this to the title of the class, man. Guess what? You don't see yourself like in the NFL. A player just want to get drafted. He don't care what team he going to. He can't see it. But he like, I gotta make it. I know if I do this, I'll make it. Guess what? You don't know where you're gonna be at in the kingdom. But you know, if I keep running this race, the Lord will put me where I need to be in the kingdom. And they didn't see the vision, man. Well, he said to kill this whole assembly with hunger, right? Watch this, read verse 4.
Verse 4. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them, whether they will walk in my law or no.
And the Lord kept giving them opportunity after opportunity, and they still didn't do it, man. He was like, well, I'm going to give them bread, but I'm going to prove them by this thing. See if they call on the name of the Lord and thank me for it. I don't think they ever thanked the Lord for none of these things, man. They just took it and kept going. We expect the Lord to, I need a beans, nigga. Get a bean. Yeah, nigga. You thought so. I need precepts, nigga. You get to understand. Yeah, I thought so. I want to be a captain, nigga. I got the captainship. Yeah, no thanks to you. Just think about these things. Look how we do to our God sometimes, man. We ask for things and the Lord give it to us, and we don't be thankful for these things. It's supposed to be is because I'm this person. Be grateful for whatever you get, man. Even if it's manna or just water. Be thankful for these things, man.
Like the spiritual aspect, like, yeah, we know he's talking about Esau, they shall build, but I'll throw down. Just think about how you got a puffed up brother. Most High God, he give my, well, you know, Satan, he the one that really give these things, but then, hey, he let them build up, like they get all this money and all these different type of things. And most High God throw them down, man.
We finally got to it. Man, y'all, not a work story, but a little sidebar, since we talking about money. Me and my wife and Fat Man, Z, we was feeding the ducks last Sunday. I seen a Lamborghini. Why the hell was it Golden Gate Funeral Home's Lamborghini? What the hell do you need a Lamborghini for? And I'm talking about we nowhere near Oak Cliff. If brothers and sisters, a lot of brothers and sisters know, they damn sure know where Golden Gate is. I know you know where Golden Gate is, right? Nigga, I don't even know this one. They got the name of this dude in there. Man, they got what the hell don't matter? Why you got a Lamborghini, bro? What the hell, bro? But guess what? If you was to take them people out of Golden Gate and be like, hey, let's go to the kingdom. I can't take my Lambo. No, nigga, you can't take your Lambo. I think I like it here. I like burying dead bodies all the time and making funeral costs high. Well, guess what? Nigga, this your funeral right now. Lake of Fire. Can I bring my Lambo to the Lake of Fire? Niggas, man. That's crazy, man. I told Ox before the class started, I said, I'm gonna put this in there because that baffled me, man. A Golden Gate Lamborghini, man. That whole got GG on the side. And I was like, I know that ain't Golden Gate. I'm thinking it's just a famous dude name. He got an initial on there. That was Golden Gate's Lamborghini, bro. That is crazy. That's a funeral home, bro, that us so-called blacks love to go to and have the most beautifulest funeral, man.
I told dog, I ain't surprised because think about it. Average funeral cost probably about 20,000. So you know, taking niggas money just like how they do in the church because they coincide with like one to the other. That's right. Probably see T.D. Jackson in there.
I don't want somebody up, man. But let's get this next precept, man. Let's get this. Let's go to 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. Matter of fact, I don't want that right now. Let's get Revelations. We're on the last two precepts, brothers and sisters. Let's go to Revelation chapter 3. Let's start at verse 7.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 7. And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia, right? These things said he that is holy, he that is true, He that had the key of David,
Read on.
he that opened, and no man shut it, and shut it, and no man opened.
Because guess what? This is going into the 7 churches. If brothers and sisters don't know, guess what? It was 7 churches, and the Lord visited all these churches. He said what they needed to do, what was wrong about them, and what was good about them. Philadelphia was one of those good churches. He said, man, they had the key to David, man. And that's what? A man after the Lord's heart. He said, hey, shut this, no man open it. And when he shut it, when he opened it, no man can shut it. When he closed it, no man can shut it. Open it, right? You know, I get what I'm saying. Read on now.
Verse 8, I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door.
Read on.
And no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength. It has kept my word. It has not denied my name.
Because guess what? That's what they did, man. They kept the faith. They had a little strength. Because guess what? You ain't got to be the strongest brother in the scriptures. It's good to have a little understanding and keep the commandments.
He said it's Rock 19 and 24.
That's it, man. You don't got to have it all, man. As long as you're doing your due diligence for the Lord, man, hey, that's sufficient, man. Read on now. And you didn't deny the name of the Mashiach or the Lord. Read.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie.
So guess what he said? I'm going to make these group of people, the ones that say they Jews and they not, right? What are you going to make them do? I read.
Behold, I will make them come. I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
He said he going to make these damn fake Amalek, you small hat, children touching, cave dwelling ass Edomites come worship at our feet, man. All praise to the Most High. Because you kept the faith of the Lord. You kept running. You had that strength and you kept pushing, man. Read, huh?
And to know that I have loved thee, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Man, it's tough, man. He said, because you kept my word of patience, man. What's that race, man? That's that race he wanted you to run. He said, I'm going to keep you from the hour of temptation, man. When all hell is breaking loose, and guess what? You might get tempted to get weary. He said, man, I'm going to save you from that. I'm going to get you before it's too late, man. Brothers and sisters, y'all keep running, and the Lord will get you before your hour of temptation. Before it get too hard and overbearing, he's going to get you, man. Just keep running. Read, huh?
Which shall come upon all the world.
Come upon who?
Which shall come upon all the world.
So guess what? It's coming across the 4 corners of the earth, man. Every brother and sister is going to have to see this day. But you just keep running so the Lord can save you out of your temptation, man. Read, huh?
To try them that dwell upon the earth.
Read.
Behold, I come quick. Hold that fast which thou hast.
Read.
That no man take that crown.
Guess what it said? Behold, I come quickly. Lord gonna come quickly, man, at his disclosure, man, at his time. He said, hold fast which thou hast. And guess what? That's the law, statutes, commandments. That's the things you've been doing in this truth. Hold fast of these things, man. All the understanding that you got, hold it fast. Near and dear to you. Don't let it go. Don't let that understanding go. Don't let your flesh win, man. Keep that stuff in the chokehold. Keep that spirit on high and keep that flesh on low. That's just how it go, right? He said, and that no man take your crown. Because think about it, it's a draft day, man. You want to go in that first round, but guess what? You being slothful. You being weak. You done been faint now. You know, let somebody else come and take your crown, not in the first round. Now you in the second round. Somebody came and now you in the third round. Somebody came, now you in the fifth round. Now you in the sixth round. You the last pick. But you fall off just that one last time. And that brother can just come and just take your stuff off, put it on his, he finished the race right in front of you. Don't be that brother, man. And don't be that sister. Don't let that hate, envy, strife, or malice be the reason you don't make it to the kingdom and another person take your crown. Because everybody is capable of letting an old man or old woman go. But guess what? Are you going to do it in time before the Lord comes back and make a great massacre of this place, man? And I'll praise the Most High, man. Well, watch this. Read verse 12.
Verse 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God.
Read.
And he shall go no more out.
Mm-hmm.
And I will write upon him the name of my God in the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem.
So this is in the kingdom, man. He said, if you hold these things fast, don't let a man take your crown. He's basically giving you insight of what you're going to get. You keep running this race and you finish that race. He's telling you what you're going to get. You're going to get a pillar in the temple. That you're not going to come out of the truth no more. You're going to stay inside of this thing. You're going to stay in the Israelites. You're going to get a new body. And guess what? You're going to be in the name of the city of my God. That's another Trinity precept. Because this is Christ. It's red letters for you, right? It's red letters, man. Which is called New Jerusalem, right? Read.
Which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name.
Man, it's tough, man. All praise to the Most High, man. Get this last precept, man. Let's go to 2 Peter. Now we can get that 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 10, man.
You said first.
No, 2 Peter.
The book of First Peter. The book of First Peter. My bad, y'all. The book of 2 Peter, chapter 1 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Pause right there, man. It says, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Give diligence to, guess what, the commandments, the understanding of the scriptures. Give diligence to these things so you can make your calling and election sure. You want to make sure that when you're working out for the Lord, you showing your best attributes, man. So when that day come and that election come and that draft day come, the Lord calls your number, man. Guess what? You might, brother or sister, brother might be a part of that 144,000, and he called up your number, man. Or you brother or sister might be a part of that 130, and he called that number, man. But you got to give diligence to these things, man. And that diligence means you got to be disciplined. You got to work hard at it. You can't quit, man. No matter how long the race is, how far the race is, the things you're going to have to go through that race, just keep going, right? Read. Go ahead, read.
For if you do these things,
Right? Read.
you shall never fail.
You shall never fail, man. Did it say fail or fall?
Fall.
Okay. It said if you do these things, you shall never fall, man. If you keep the commandments to the end and you hold the things which is fast and diligent, you ain't gonna fall, man. Read verse 11, man.
Verse 11. For so an entrance shall be ministered unto you abundantly in the everlasting kingdom of our Lord and Savior, Yahushua.
Man, I'm telling you, all praise to the Most High, man. Because this entrance and the thing he gonna give to you is given abundantly. He gonna minister you abundantly. Your kingdom for you, kingdom for you, kingdom for you. Well done.
All these blessings shall overcome you.
And overtake thee, man. All praise to the Most High for that thing. But brothers and sisters, gotta finish this race we in, man. We in the Passover, man. Make haste to get out of Egypt, man. Guess what? We did it back then with the unleavened bread. Guess what? We're gonna do it now, getting the leaven out of our hearts, man. And guess what? Even the actual Passover we finna keep. But brothers, we know this is spiritual Egypt. Keep running a race to get out of here, man. And when you get out of here, don't complain. Take it joyfully and cheerfully, man. And with that, man, we're gonna say shalom, man. So I'll praise the brothers and sisters that tuned in, man. I know it was a kind of late class, kind of went in a little long, but hey, I'll praise the brothers and sisters that endured that thing, that kept running, that fought that sleep spirit, that kept on sticking with us, man. I'll praise to the Most High. Man, a lot of us are. I guess 11:21. I know we don't work a long work week. You get what I'm saying? Hey, the world kick our ass all day. But come that Sabbath, we're supposed to be, hey, we got to be tired for the Lord, man. We ain't tired for the world, man. Not tired for that flesh, man. But hey, all praise to the Most High for all the brothers and sisters that tuned in, man. Y'all like, share, subscribe, and help us push this truth across the four corners of the earth, man. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Give to the GoFundMe and Cash App. The money is being greatly used to the edification of our nation. We're not going to use y'all money for no Lamborghini, no P. Diddy parties, no playhouses, no swallowing up nobody. We're doing these things to build up a mighty nation, man. Swallow. Man, we're not doing none of these things, man. All praise to the Most High, man. Just the water. Yahweh for giving us another opportunity to teach and to be taught again, man. at the end of every class, man, we always finish with a law, statute, or commandment. The law today. Damn. Brother says, y'all let me know if we get 2 laws today. Because I want to get one out of Exodus, of course, because I wanted to start getting the laws all the way to Passover in Exodus. But I wanted to get this one in Deuteronomy. So we all going to get 2. Let's get Deuteronomy 6 and 7, man. I'll praise to the Most High, man.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children,
Read.
and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
Because guess what? That race starts now. Guess what? Us being grown men, grown women in this truth, it's up to us to instill that race in our children, man, in the younger generation. Guess what? I got captains and leadership, and guess what? Even males and women older than me. And they got to show me the way, like, hey, this is the race, man. These are the things you're going to go through when you get in your 30s. These are the things you're going to go through when you're in your 40s. Guess what? They show you the way, and they show you the path which is right and good so you can avoid it. And it's up to us as having children, still multiplying on this earth, to instill this knowledge into our children so that, guess what? They have the race from the beginning. They get a head start, man. Because a lot of us working to get there. We got a lot of work to do. So we got to run, we got to study, we got to do all these things. And the kid have an opportunity to run the race as smooth and as swift as possible, man. So when you walking around the house, when you walking through the stores, it's walkers by the way, right? When you lying down, you putting the kids to sleep, y'all getting ready to go to sleep. And when you get up, that's what it should always try to instill the knowledge of the Most High into our children. Because that's the future generation. We want our kids to stop being hoes, stop being killers, murderers, drug dealers. It starts with our children. Guess what? If we have righteous children, we're going to lead them into a righteous way. And guess what? This thing is going to spread like a wildfire, man. But if we spread wickedness, guess what? We're going to get wickedness, man. And guess what? All praise to the Most High. Our children might be the ones to sit off the elect. We never know these things, man. We just got to keep running, man.
Yeah, like anybody that's new to this truth, or somebody that's of the world, stop putting fingernails and toenail polish on boys' feet, man.
Yeah, for real, man.
Well, I done seen that, but that still pissed me off. I wanted to slap him and everybody that's with that, man. Like, bro, we got to time out for that, man. You got to end that stuff, man.
That's right.
Because if you don't, you know, your house shot will get hold to you. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
No, for real. Read verse 8, God.
Verse 8, and thou shalt bind them upon Jerusalem, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy head.
Read.
And they shall be as frontlets between thy eyes.
So guess what? As much as you look at your hand today, as much as you can see in front of you, that's how the Lord, because you blink, you see the frontlets of your eye. Every 10 seconds, 20 seconds, somebody blink. That's how much you should keep the laws on your mind and be continuing instilling these things, right? Read verse 9, man.
Verse 9, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house.
Read.
Of thy house, and on thy gates.
That's right, man. All praise, man. So, brothers and sisters, say we want to go ahead and get to. Let's get to, man. Go to Exodus. Let's go ahead and just get where we at, man. Exodus 12. And let's see. Just started. Just read verse 15.
The book, the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 15.
Right up.
7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread.
Mm-hmm.
Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth unleavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel.
Right, read on.
And in the first day there shall be a holy convocation.
Right, read.
And in the 7th day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No matter what work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in the self same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore, ye shall observe this day in your generations by ordinance forever.
So forever, man. We're gonna always keep the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We know it's the same thing. They come in on the same exact time. And all these things, man, that's all we're gonna do as an ordinance unto all generations forever. So as long as we keep generating and populating and going through our captivities, we're gonna always keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Passover, man. Even in the damn kingdom, man. Thank all praise to the Most High, man. Brothers and sisters, y'all get y'all some good rest. Get as much sleep as y'all can. If y'all at work, man, y'all endure it. You get off, man, because guess what, man? Captain's gonna bring in a mighty class tomorrow. And brothers and sisters, make sure y'all tune in. Y'all like, share, subscribe, man. And with that, man, we're gonna say Shabbat Shalom.